Hi. Boom. Boom. Fantastic. Hey! Welcome! Welcome! Everybody, the Renegade Realm Podcast episode 99. If you can believe that. We've done this 99 times. It's insane. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate you. DeMarco will sit down shortly, so look forward to that. You'll see his butt. Shout out to Barry Donnellan, that game adaptation newscast, Toxic Buttwind, thank you. Says let's go Renegades. RSJ fan says hi everyone. Gray Monad, did I say that? No. BT Maverick, FarQ, Elemental here, the Shadowling Dragon, Wolf King, What is he saying? I have been I've been summoned by our lords and miladies of the Red Wolf Renegade. No, it's the Renegade Realm podcast. But thank you, Dion78. God. And there's DeMarco. Fantastic. Perfect time. Perfect timing. Guys, thank you so much for being here. What a week. What a week it's been.
Question: Can you
yeah,
listen very closely, chat? Let me know if you can hear as Red continues his introduction. If you can hear him at all, like twice echoing. I want to know if I could do the show without headphones, because this is infinitely more comfortable.
That's why I do the earbud. It's like instead of having your heads closed.
Why is DeMarco echoing?
He is not echoing. Wait, is it echoing on the show? Let me see.
He's echoing to me. Or he was. DeMarco, speak again?
Let me see.
Hello, my name is DeMarco, and welcome to the Red Wolf Renegade podcast.
Stop.
Okay, it's not echoing for me now.
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's great. Hey, shout out to Andrew Cullinane. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Do we sound okay? I think we sound good. Fantastic. All right. All right. Well, hey, DeMarco, you just sat down. When's the last time you ate?
What's the last
Maverick
time?
says there's an echo.
Okay.
You heard
All
an
right.
echo
We'll switch to headphones. No worries.
Oh, is that what it is? Let me see.
What is that beeping?
I don't know. God, what is that? Are we about to explode? What is that? What is this? I don't know what's happening. It's fantastic.
Right.
Anyway, chat, just let us know as we go on.
Thank you.
I
was trying something new. It didn't work, but we're back. Howdy. How's it going?
Yeah. Hi. How are you? What you been into and everything that I say that I've said 99 times before. 99 times as of right now.
This is episode 99.
Isn't that crazy? That's insane.
Crazy.
It's insane.
Wow.
You've been on
Wow.
for at least like 70 of those.
I should probably have it prepared what episode I joined on.
He joined halfway through season 1, Red.
That means nothing.
Season 1? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? How many
Year
episodes
one,
per
Red,
season?
Come on.
How many episodes per season? Let me brighten.
It's not the amount of episodes, it's the date that we started. Hold on. How long ago was that?
Which would constitute an amount of episodes. Anyway, I got back into Skyrim recently.
Oh God, yes. Tell me all about it.
I don't know why. If anybody is better versed at Skyrim modding than I am, I do have an issue, it seems, where every single time I launch the game, it wants to launch at 4K resolution. Now, that's not a problem. 4K resolution is nice and pretty, and my hardware can definitely run it. But the problem is my monitor is 1440p. So, and the size of it is not big enough, which means that it every time I launch the game. And it's not a big issue. I just have to go into the normal vanilla Skyrim launcher, change it from there, play with the ini file and manually change it there. But it doesn't seem to save. It always goes back to 4K resolution. And I don't know why. So if anybody has how to permanently save that, I thought it would be changing it in the ini settings. That did not seem to work. However, Skyrim is still such a great game, man. Skyrim is such a... There's certain quests that I did the first time I played, and mind you, everybody knows this is well documented at this point that I have never beaten Skyrim. I've never beaten the main quest line. I've never beaten the... This is not new knowledge. I've never beaten the DLC quest lines. Like Dawn-Gore, Dragonborn, never beat either of those. I've just played it so many times and restarted so many characters, and yet I still have 500, 600, 700 hours in that game, and I love it to bits. And I try new mods out all the time, and man, there's certain quest lines like getting the Mehrunes razor together for the guy in Dawnstar. He opens up the museum, and he's like, go collect the 3 different pieces of Mehrunes dagger, and then you're like, all right, and you go wander off and do. And I haven't done that quest in so long, and I was going through. It's called like Hag's Redoubt or something like that. Dead Man's Rock. I don't know. In the corner near Markarth. In the corner near Markarth, and I was like, man, have I ever done? And I know I've done it before, but it's like walking through it the first time. It's just there's locations I haven't seen before that I'm coming across still. It's such a phenomenal game, and it gets me trepidatious towards the Elder Scrolls 6, which I'm not gonna go further into Elder Scrolls 6 talk because I could do that for hours. But man, is that a great game? And it's like coming home. It's like coming home.
It is
It's
every
cozy.
time, every single time. And I'm
Every
always
time.
like playing a game, and I'm the same way because I'll start playing, I'll put like 40 hours into a new character, and then I won't play for like 3 months, and then when I come back, I'm like,
Gotta
well,
start a new character.
time to do it again. Exactly. Yeah.
That's our new one.
I totally get it.
I
That's
don't know
so
what
great.
this character is doing.
But you should. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. But I will. But you should
That's
play
right.
the main quest at least, just so you. Well, if you probably feel like you have beat the main quest because you know so much about it. So.
I know the farthest I've gotten in the main quest line, and this is a game from 2011, so spoilers are acceptable. But the farthest I've gotten was the Parthenax decision.
Okay. Yeah. So
As
you were
far as the
pretty
main quest
close. You were like 80%.
That's the farthest I've gotten, and I never made that decision because I was like, I don't know what to do here.
Isn't that's the guy that voices Mario, right?
It is, yeah.
Isn't that
That
crazy?
used to voice Mario. There's a new Mario voice actor now.
Mario. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Mario.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's it. You're just Skyrimming it up. Skyrimming it.
Skyrimming. And I've started to weed my way off of Marvel Rivals a bit, but that game is
Okay.
still chef's
Addicting.
kiss. Like
You did one other thing, sir. You did one other thing, sir.
I
Oh,
was
shit.
going to let you for your I was trying to save it.
Let's do it. Let's roll right into it. What's happening?
What did we do? What did you do, Holly? What did you get into?
I talked to a dog that was very sad because his master was extremely sleepy. He was really dead. And
What's happening?
I killed some goblins and some ogres, and I definitely threw the goblin off of the windmill accidentally for like the third time and had us restart because I touch everything without judition. And
And you walked in on an ogre and a bugbear.
What's happening? Are you?
Baldur's
The
Gate
most-
3,
Okay, I was
baby!
just
the most
about to
sex
ask,
I've
yeah.
seen in a while was a
Oh,
giant
laid by
ogre
Lae'zel.
lady.
That's
And
the
it
best
wasn't
kind.
me. It was a giant ogre lady and a little baby ogre man or troll
Oh.
goblin man.
It was
They
a
were
bugbear.
getting
They're
it.
called bugbears, yeah.
They were getting it.
So
Baldur's Gate.
we're playing Baldur's
Alright.
Gate. We're playing Baldur's
Oh.
Gate, and then like immediately when
That's
we
fucking-
start, based on the
They
last
were-
time we had left off, we left out at a point where Lae'zel, like I have Lae'zel that I'm bringing around as a companion, and Lae'zel's just like, it's time for you to do me.
Oh, that too. Yeah, he got laid and I got magic laid, and I was like, this sucks. Gale sucks. I don't get it.
Magically, like you were like levitated in the air, and he was like, "I'm doing you."
You know that?
He's
you know
like,
that scene
ooh,
in-
feel the breeze between us. Isn't that sexy? We're done now. And I'm like, what?
you felt magic.
Jamal got a whole private moment that he wouldn't turn on for me to see. And he was just like
mine was, like,
narrating it
Lae'zel-
very, yeah.
Lae'zel comes in and is like, it's time to take what's mine. And then if you're a dragon, I love this game so much. If you're a dragonborn, because you're this big beefy dragon guy, you have the dialogue option to be like, first I'm gonna take what's mine, then you can have it.
Oh my
And
god.
and then
I
you
was
just
like,
see
you better
Lae'zel-
pick that option.
you
Game
can
of
see
the year.
Lae'zel go,
That's amazing.
Baldur's Gate 3, ladies and gentlemen. Baldur's Gate 3.
That's
oh my
amazing.
God. And the amount of viewers just went up as we're talking about this, so
That's
welcome
all
to the
that it
Renegade
takes.
Run podcast, ladies and
Welcome
gentlemen.
everybody. And guys, if you're new here, what the hell is this thing? It's called the Renegade Realm Podcast. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with me, with me, my DeMarco, Holly, and Assassin. And we do this every week, and we talk about everything gaming, and sometimes not at all, because we're not formal at all. But thank you guys so much for being here. So if you are new here, hey, hit that like button. Give it a little magic tickle, as Holly would say.
Ugh.
Yeah,
So,
she's so disappointed.
Depressing. Life is already hard as it is, and then I get teased. It's just not right. It's just very rude. Gail's such a little Mitch the whole game.
Oh, Mitch. Oh, I love these. Game Seeker, what's up, man? Thank you so much for being here.
Hey,
Appreciate
Game
you.
Seeker.
KLZ180 says, good morning from Western Australia, guys. It's currently I was just about to say, it's currently 6:20 a.m. here, getting ready for work. Well, listen, hopefully we can entertain you on your commute and getting ready and brushing your teeth or tooth. I won't judge. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate that. But yeah, Holly, was that it? What else you got going on? You got a channel now. That's the thing.
Yes, I do.
Yep.
What else? I was really busy this weekend, and life sort of calmed down today, sorta. And so I started Atomfall yesterday because I bought the quarantine edition. It is such a good game. I am.
My God.
How's the combat?
Yes, please talk about it.
So good. So
Yeah.
there's a video out there from Rebellion about the difficulty sliders. They have tons of different sliders to make the game what you want it to be. Do you want it to be a survival action, or are you more interested in the story and you don't necessarily care about survival aspects? Do you like combat? Do you not want to be bothered so much with the combat and make it easier? They have all of these different sliders. So I'm playing. It's when you load it in, the recommended settings are challenging, which is the second hardest difficulty. The last one is veteran. So I just went in on challenging, and I left everything in the challenging category, right? So looting is pretty scarce. Combat is more difficult. Enemies see you easier.
Wait, I'm sorry, I have a quick question, because you already know what I'm going to ask you about the damage. Is it very strict, just combat in general is difficult?
There's no HUD. There's no damage numbers.
Is there damage input and output? Like you take more damage, but that whole thing?
You're pretty weak when you start. I'm about 9 hours in, 10 hours. So,
oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. Continue. I had to ask that question because
yeah.
I love being
there's no
cannon.
fast traveling.
Oh. Okay. I'm buying this game right now. Not really.
It's $50, everybody. It's $50 US, so it's a little bit of a cheaper game.
Yeah.
The world is beautiful. I'm playing on PC, so brother, you could join me, brother.
There you go.
Not when I'm playing at the same time, brother. I think you can. I didn't check if it's not shareable or not, but the game is so good. It's beautiful. I haven't had one glitch. I haven't had one restart. I haven't had any technical issues at all. The exploration is so good. This challenging mode defaults with all of the tracking off. So even if you're tracking a quest, you don't have a marker, right? It tells you should go to either a grid on the map system, a specific latitude, longitude, or there are some that will just put a question mark in the general vicinity, but most of them do not do that.
Oh my God,
and I think it only does the question mark when it gives you the actual grid coordinates, maybe. But even if it doesn't, you can scroll, you can see the grid numbers, right? And then just mark it to know where to head to, because there is a compass. The compass comes and goes. And if it's active, you can just press X or something, right, to get the compass to come back up, and you can see your distinct marker if you're going the right way. There's a metal detector that sits in and there's very limited finite resource management on your person. So there are cache points where you can go and you can load some of your materials or some of your things into the pneumatic tube, which is basically like a storage box, right, that you can access. It's across the map. It's very good. It is very good. Enemies are quick to wanna, and it's got the little, like, when they notice you, you get the little warning bar, right? White, yellow, red, which I think you need for the most part.
I even leave that on in Stalker because there's no way in hell that you would know that someone's looking at you, unless they say something. But
yeah. So at first I was like, oh no, there's no fast travel. Oh no. But there's so, like, you don't really know where you're, like, you know where you're going, and it's early, right? So I don't have like the map like in my brain yet, right? I have some good points, but there's all of these tunnels, there's all of these like side bunkers, there's all of these places, and you're just walking around and you're like, squirrel, right? Like, that's how I've been playing the game, because there's no like, well, no, you need to go right here, right over here, right? So
is there? I've heard that there was a mechanic that I talked about this on one episode recently. I don't know if you remember the game. It's called I Am Alive. It was an Xbox 360 arcade game by Ubisoft set in the apocalypse. There was a mechanic that you could aim at enemies, and they would be like, "Yo, whoa!"
Oh, and they might back down.
Yeah, and so even if you don't have ammo, but if you pull the trigger. Have you tried this? Have you tried like pull the trigger and then like, oh, you son of a bitch, and then like they come at you? Or
no, because I like stealth. I try to do stealth. Just that's my thing. And if I am going to engage them, I haven't tried to like tell them to back off. There's a toolbar that keeps coming up that says sometimes if you just hold your gun and point it at them, then they might just go away, right? They might deflect and go away. But it's fantastic, and I have not minded that there's no fast traveling yet, which is a big deal for me. So if I don't mind it, then you guys will be okay.
Is the map, would you say, when you've been exploring it, is it more akin to sort of a Fallout or a Skyrim or an Elder Scrolls, or is it more like a Dragon's Dogma, where it's more linear sort of zones, but then you kind of go through like
so the map is actually interesting. That's a good question. When you start in this area called Slatdale, I think. Slatdale, I think. And it is you come out and you're in this area, and you're just like, okay, where do I go, right? Because like you got your quest inside, but then you just come out and there's no map marker, and there's like 2 ways to go. So I just kind of like started exploring and started to loot because I like the loot. I will also say there's crafting, and so you have to get recipes right for crafting. You can only hold a small finite supplies of crafts too, so every time I would be full and I would walk away, I'd be like, which is happening a lot. But your actual inventory in your backpack is so finite that it's not like you can just craft a bunch of stuff and stack it. It doesn't stack in your inventory. So like a bandage takes up 1 slot. It's not like you can put 3 bandages in 1 slot, right?
Right.
You have to be smart about that. So so you walk out and you're in this map for Slatdale. And one of the things you find out pretty quickly is you need to find this village. So without spoiling anything, what you quickly learn once you get to the village is another, like, you load into the village. It's a hub, and there are 3 or 4 different major maps attached to the village as like. So you'd use the village to traverse, or there's other ways to do it too, but you use the village as kind of the center point. So it's like a smaller map with the village. Smaller map. So it's not like if like you're in this one but you want to be on this end of the map that you have to walk all the way through it, you go to the village and you go to the right like
Okay.
wheel point to leave to
Right,
go
right,
to do
right.
stuff. So the map isn't like a massive thing. You're just like, I have to slog all the way across. That was my problem with Dragon's Dogma
Yeah.
too. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I always stopped playing that game for the most part, because it just drove me nuts.
It's not for everyone.
Oh.
That slog across the map. Even if you have a marker telling you where. So again, Stalker, like you can have the compass. It's just like Far Cry, the thing at the top of the thing, like Skyrim or like Far Cry or whatever. I turned that off because I wanted that sense of exploration. But even if you know where you're going, it can feel really tedious, and you're just like hauling ass in one direction, just trying to get, just like the band. It's great. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to try that out. So you would recommend this?
Oh, 100%. It's actually like, it's the best open world game I've played in a long time.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And since like probably Elden Ring, to be honest.
Right.
And
Hey, Web Dave.
yeah, shout out to like 4XP Gaming is here. Yes, thank you guys. Go check out 4XP Gaming. Those guys are so awesome. They're so
Yes.
nice.
So wait. So sorry. I do have my channel. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go
start screaming.
Scream.
Doom Eternal. I think
Oh,
Thursday. I think
I'm excited.
definitely
I actually
Thursday and this
got
weekend.
stuck on one of those boss fights, and then I never picked it up again. But I did go
Yeah.
through Doom 2016 recently, and I really want to go through. But it's so
Mhm.
close to Doom Dark Ages.
I know, but they're so different. Like
They are.
They are,
Yeah,
and I could
you
use
know-
a lore, because this one's gonna be lore heavy, I think,
Mhm.
right? This one's
Yeah.
gonna be more
Mhm.
story
This
focused.
is Origins, I guess you could call it.
And you pick that up in because Doom Eternal was a lot more lore heavy than Doom 2016.
yeah.
they
I
said,
also downloaded it
and like
recently.
Doom Eternal.
Because I never finished the DLC. The it's so fucking
Oh.
hard. Like I was like, I am just like cannot. I love Doom so much, but the DLC was so hard. I'm like, why is I'm like my hands hurt?
That's
because
what I
I'm like,
heard. That's what.
It's insane. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty, and so again, this is what I said in Doom: The Dark Ages. The developers were like, we had a lot of complaints about the difficulty. We can't really seem to get it right. We'll just put it in your hands and let you do whatever the hell you want all the time. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry. So you're gonna stream Doom,
No,
Doom Eternal?
I am. I'm gonna stream Doom Eternal in prep. Just remember too that like I did think about that for a minute. Like, is it gonna be too much before Dark Ages? Because everybody knows that I'm like full dumb excited about Dark Ages. Like I'm so excited. But even like Hugo said, right? Like we had melee in 2016. We had platforming and more ranged, right? Or no, sorry, we had gun, right? Run and gun. We had platforming a lot in Eternal, and now it's time for the melee portion. So I think yes, but it's gonna be such different gameplay that I think it's not gonna affect it too much. I hope.
Gotcha.
But thank you, BT Maverick, again for Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
I'm
and
streaming.
there's Holly's link in the description.
I'm
or-
gonna curse a lot.
Let me pin this right here. Shout out to my buddy Dalton. What's up, dude? Dark Ages looks sick, brother. Shout out to you, man. Hope you're doing good. Go click on his face and go subscribe to his channel. He's got like 25,000 subs. Can you just tell everyone to come over here, Dalton? Thanks. Game Seeker, thank you so much. $5 super chat. He says, thank you for highlighting all the Atomfall goodness. Game Seeker, you are a legend. Thank you. Yeah, he was really excited about it too. And I'm a fool because Holly was telling me for like years, Atomfall, look at Atomfall, look at this. And then I was like, but Stalker too. And now I am back. I am behind on my hype, so I need to redo my hype. Anyway, that's fantastic. Hey, Assassin, you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Good. All right. Hey, man. How are you? Sorry, it took me so long to get to you. I should have just.
No, you're fine. It's been a while since Holly's been on, so I wanted her to get the spotlight.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah. Well said.
Sorry,
Good to see
Assassin.
DeMarco's doing well. Good to see Assassin. Or not. What did I say myself? Ah!
What's that?
I'm
Good
not
to
drunk.
see you.
Good to see
Good to
me.
see you.
myself.
Are you coming on
Yes.
camera?
I-
Is episode 100 when you do it?
Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next week, episode 100. It could be.
As much as I
Could
would
be.
love to show all of you my pretty face, no, that is not going to happen. I actually read, while Holly was talking, I actually did some research.
Yes, please.
So April 4th will be DeMarco's 2nd year anniversary on the show.
Look at that.
He joined April 4th, 2023, episode 13. I
13?
went all the way back. He started with episode 13.
Wow. That's
So
a
he'll
big-
be also having his
I didn't realize it
anniversary
was
on the
that
100th
early.
episode.
Is that April 4th?
It's April
No.
1st. But I
That's-
mean, like,
um,
it's essentially the same time.
But it's
That's
essentially
amazing.
around the same time, yes. So yeah.
Well, thank you for
Holly
doing that.
joins
First of all,
Holly
November.
joins November 7th, 2023. Speaking
So
of
that's
which,
April, May, June, July, August. 6 months later. That's amazing. Look at that.
7 months, but give or take.
Yeah.
Funny enough, the topics for that show were Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Remind me again what the topics are for today?
Well, before we do that, what have you been into?
Well, let's see. I've put in about 5 hours into Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's exactly
Yes.
how I thought it would be. It wasn't gonna set the world on fire. It's just what Assassin's Creed needed to be. It just needed to be assassins. It just needed to be good story. It just needed to have the gameplay right. And look, I give the Fantasy Creed subgenre of Assassin's Creed a lot of pushback. But one thing I won't say negative about it, the combat is always good. Like, I can't think of a single Assassin's Creed game where the combat was anything less than great. Shadows
Creed
just...
1.
Which one?
1.
Oh, you didn't like that?
Okay, well, to be fair, 1 is what, like, it's almost 20 years old, actually.
Yeah,
it's
18 years old.
I'm just being nitpicky.
Hyperbolic?
Continue, please.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
thank
fine.
you.
It's fine. Yeah, I like what I've put into it. I'm glad that you guys are playing whatever y'all are playing. Let's
That's
see.
fantastic.
As far as what else I'm getting into, I'm almost done with my script for my first video.
Nice.
Excited.
I just
Excited
need
for
to
that.
I just need to finish the last paragraph, which is the ending. The ending paragraph, which if I remember correctly, was always the hardest part for me because I was like, I don't know how to end a video. I was never really good at that
Thanks,
part
bye.
in English class.
That's literally
Yeah,
as simple as you say
DeMarco's
that.
good at goodbyes.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like that is how that's the reason I do my intros that
Hey,
way.
thanks, bye.
In my outros, it's just hi and then goodbye because I'm like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Just sort of evolved over time, but yeah. Don't overthink it, man. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I just need to record, which I should be able to either tomorrow or Thursday since that's my day off. So hopefully I should be able to get it to... Should I just
Your
say
editor.
it, Red?
No.
Alright,
But,
fair. Yeah, to my editor. Yeah.
Oh great. Well, okay. Well, is that all?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's great. Is there
Just
has
glad to
everyone
be here.
here, Holly? You've been playing Atomfall, so you probably haven't gotten to Assassin's Creed yet, right?
I bought it, but I haven't played it yet.
Okay. It's probably a good thing. I would say wait until you're done with Atomfall, because as soon as it does that thing in Assassin's Creed where it sucks you in for like 4 hours. It demands that first 4 hours of the prologue. And I wish I hadn't done it because I am like so in love with it. It took me 3 hours just to get my custom controls right. Because it has a lot of... you try to customize the controls, and it has a lot of headbutting with other inputs that they need to patch. Because it's like, yeah, your setup's great. You can totally sprint with the right trigger now. And it's like, no, I can't. No, I can't. Why did you tell me that? Anyway, we don't have to talk about Assassin's Creed if not everyone has played it. Anyway, let's, Holly, you haven't been here in a while. Talk to me about Verdansk. It's coming back. I don't even know if you watched. Well, you said you didn't read the whole thing, but I saw that headline and I was like, what do they mean? So Verdansk is the first, that's the beginning of Warzone, right? Like that's the first map that we ever got. And then they took it away.
2020.
No, go ahead.
2020. Verdansk came out in 2020. I don't think it was the... first. I don't think it was the first map.
It was the first map. It was the very first map. It launched 6 months after 2019, like the reboot.
Okay. I was like, I need to go change my description.
Right as the pandemic was happening, actually.
Perfect timing.
They've done a lot to the visuals. They did a lot of quality stuff. They have also, I think they added some portions to the map because I think the Warzone maps have, gotten bigger over time. A lot of technical stuff. They've added Omni movement, which I think from now on, Call of Duty has to have Omni movement in all aspects of it. They added a day when DeMarco's gonna play with me and Jonas. The lighting has boosted. The lighting was boosted. They've got global illumination, I believe. They have higher skyboxes. They've got, let's see. They have me coming back to play Warzone with nobody, I guess, by my dang self. I'm just really excited because.
Come on, Holly, don't do the thing that Red always does. No one wants to play with me, but you never invite us.
And then when someone asks me to play, then I'm like, and I'm out. Yeah. All those amazing memes of, hey guys, buy this game, and we play once and we never play it again. It's classic. Love it.
You mean like Monster Hunter?
Not my fault. I'm always down to play.
I know. You are literally, you've said it before, you are the easiest person to get along with when it comes to, hey, let's play a game. You're like, I'm down. And then no one else is ever available. 4XP says, I'm an omnivore. I love
as you say that, it's just like, and nobody else is available, DeMarco.
It's DeMarco.
Well, you are like the unicorn, as Holly has said. You are like, as soon as
like
you're
I
available,
said Thursday night, whenever DeMarco's like, anybody want to play games? I'm like, friends, I can't go out tonight. DeMarco said he's available.
Yeah.
I have to stay in. It is time for DeMarco.
And like, I go in waves. I go in waves, but like I'm in a good mood recently. Like I've been in a better mood recently, which means I'm more like, oh, let me like do things out and about, which makes me less available, or like let me focus on these things that I haven't done in a while, which makes me less available, and I get preoccupied and I do a lot of things.
Well, you're gonna play Verdansk because that's my birthday gift.
That's your birthday gift.
There
Yes,
you go.
I will play Verdansk. And I will love every minute of it.
He will. He really will. He's pretending like he won't, but he actually will.
You will.
Promise. Yes.
Listen.
You
There's
will-
a baby
you will-
mode.
You will make that ironic smile a real one.
There's a baby
promise
mode
you.
that's fun as hell, where you fight against bots, and it's amazing. It's the
It's
way.
red
that
noise mode.
Yeah, it's
I'm
I'm
it's
beginning
the
to
best.
think that the reason why he's not. I'm beginning to think the reason that he's not so excited. I don't think he wants to get farted on by a unicorn in a finisher.
I will be posting that. I took a good. Oh, I've been playing Call of Duty too. I took a good clip of that today, and I'm gonna post it.
Okay, are you kidding me?
great.
There's an execution where a unicorn farts on someone.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Oh my
This is
God.
old news.
Where
We're
did
not
I
doing that
hear
now.
you guys talking about? There should be an option to take that out. It was you and DeMarco, right? You were on.
DeMarco's show.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Thursday.
DeMarco's show Thursday. Yeah.
On my show.
Which you can find a link in the description below. Yeah, I actually agree with that. Just for people who don't want to be taken out of the experience. Like, I think some of it's fine, but
Funny
Ninja
enough, I think
Turtles.
me and Arcane actually talked about that, like behind the scenes at some point.
yeah.
Like we actually came to the same conclusion. Like, why don't they turn that off?
Dalton's is Call of Duty.
We should just have a toggle.
Yeah, just options,
Because
guys.
if you could toggle it off, they wouldn't sell as well.
Probably, like no one's gonna notice me.
I'm sure they've done surveys and studies, and they've done the math. They're preying on FOMO.
I pray to the Lord FOMO all the time. Well, there you go, Verdansk. I mean, come on, DeMarco, you're not gonna. What is it? What is it about battle royale games that just don't get you?
I often have a trouble playing certain games because I feel like I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah.
Because you don't make progress. So like even I got hooked on Marvel Rivals recently. I've been talking about it for the past 2 weeks. And then I sat down to go play it recently and I just went, what am I doing? Like I've seen all the maps. I've played the characters that I want to play as. Like what do I get? Another level? Like what am I playing for? And there's a sense of accomplishment in the competitive mode as you rank up, and that's what kept pulling me in. Is I want to hit that new rank. I want to hit that new rank. But then eventually you get pulled out of, I don't even want to call it zeitgeist, but eventually you get pulled out of that, and you just realize, oh, okay, so I hit platinum. Like, what am I doing? And so that is when I play battle royale games. It's that times 1,000 because I know I'm never going to be good at them. I'm never going to want to be good at them. There's going to be some, especially extra so because it's Call of Duty, there's going to be some child who I know is beating the crap out of me in the game, and then I'll just feel horrible about myself. And and all of these things just sort of just stack and stack and stack until I just say, I don't want to. And the matches are long too, right? I think Marvel Rivals and games like that have, or
Not
even,
if you die early.
not if you die
tell
early,
you.
which is
And we're
how I
going back
usually-
in.
this is how I usually play. That's how it usually goes. So just all of those factors kind of combined, I can appreciate the tension that it brings when you have those tight firefights and you're fighting and you know you got good gear.
So much pressure.
You know, I can appreciate that. Your palms are sweaty. You're holding onto the controller.
Knee spaghetti.
You know,
Knees weak, arms are hefty.
knees weak, arms spaghetti. There's vomit on the spaghetti already. Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. That's right.
He's nervous, but on the surface, he's calm spaghetti.
Got your
Well, can I just offer
Yeah,
some
so that's
insight?
it from me.
First of all,
No.
shout out to Lotus Esprit, who's back. I don't know what's going on with your moving situation, but I hope everything is good with you, Lotus. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
for being
Lotus, it
here.
was great to see you on Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Lotus is the champion of the community with like our little community. They're so nice. But yeah, so good to see you. Hopefully your move and everything is going well. Let me just offer some insight, DeMarco. Did you need a towel?
That isn't how it sounded in Baldur's Gate.
I'm sorry.
Real life
Okay.
is such a disappointment.
Oh! I don't know. What two ogres? Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah. You okay?
So
What the fuck?
I'll wait till you guys are done with this topic, and I'll tell you
clean
why
up,
I'm laughing.
and then we'll get it. So let me offer some insight, DeMarco. I never play Battle Royale with the mentality that I'm going to do well or that I'm ever going to win, because I think I might have won maybe like 10 rounds or sessions of PUBG, for example, like in my whole life. And that's with like 180, 200 hours or whatever over the course of a few years. What I get out of it, Holly might agree with me. I think this is sort of why we play it together. It's the experience of surviving and just like the moment to moment. And then whenever you die, you're like, fuck. But then you have all these memories of like what you just went through, because every time it's different. It's different every single time. But whenever you start to do really well, and then you get like, it's like, hey, you were in 4th place. You're like, fuck yeah, we're in 4th place. And that's like a win, essentially. It's not about, and you do rank up, by the way. You get gear
And the
you
loot,
get loot.
you know, the loot's different every time, right? Like when you get a crappy loot drop, then you're like, and you start killing people, you're like,
It's so
I'm doing a
it's
thing,
dope.
like extra good, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm
Like,
doing a thing. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing good. Yeah, and like, yeah, like whenever you do get a kill, it's just enough. And then whenever you die, it can be like frustrating, but it's never, for me, it's never been like,
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just like, fuck, I died. Like, it makes me
Like
want
I
to just
did
go ahead.
stupid things. It's
Yeah,
always because
exactly.
I did stupid things,
Yeah.
right? Like it's a learning experience.
Exactly.
Because you? Not Red?
Well, it's been my
No,
fault a
he
couple
usually
times.
dies before me.
Yeah, I usually do. Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. Dalton says war is hell. It's true. That's just my perspective on it, DeMarco. So maybe, if you go at it with that approach, you might have more fun because I never go into, like, whenever you're playing Call of Duty and you're doing these competitive modes, like PvP, I understand, like, losing constantly. That sucks. But wars or Battle Royale games have always been just about the experience, about like holding up in like a hallway on like the 3rd floor, like Holly and I was this one time, just hearing people run around and we're like, shh. And Holly's whispering. Yeah, I was like,
I'm always whispering.
She's like, I can hear 2 people. Like, Holly, they can't hear you. We're in a party chat. It's so good. It's so intense. It's so
can't
intense.
help it. It's literally the only thing I can do.
Yeah, I get it. I get it because you're immersed. Again, it's about the experience. So anyway, DeMarco, just change who you are as a person and just play it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right. So there, yeah. So Call of Duty's got a thing that's happening. Jonas, thank you. Leave a like to appease the algorithm. Thank you. I will put that up there. Don't forget to sub to Holly's channel. It's in the. Oh wait, I need to update that. I apologize. Or maybe it isn't.
Don't forget to sub to all of our channels, including Red's. Unsub and then resub.
Unsub, resub. That'd be great.
Don't
Fantastic.
do that.
I don't think that works the way you think it works.
I know it
do
doesn't.
that.
I just want chat to have fun.
Don't.
Let's see. Do we have any? Oh no, I got that already. Okay. All right. Well, look, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. And I love it. So this is. Let's jump into this
April
real quick.
3rd. April 3rd.
Okay. Fantastic.
Verdansk.
So many things in April. God. Fucking. My back
Wait, what's
hurts.
April 3rd?
That's Verdansk.
Verdansk.
Yeah.
So okay. Comes out the same day that early access for South of Midnight starts. Great.
There we go. That's
I'm not
Arcane's
paying for
most
that.
favorite game. What did you say?
No, I'm pretty sure Doom is his favorite or his most anticipated.
Get in line, buddy.
Get behind me.
Hey. So, regarding my outburst earlier,
Yeah.
So sometimes I go on Twitter and I don't mean to do it. It's just when you guys are talking, sometimes I go on Twitter to see if anything else or anything new has popped up.
Yeah.
So I was just scrolling through Twitter, right? And a certain somebody whose name rhymes with Tums was once again ranting about Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, and the CEO of Twitter showed up, guys.
Elon Musk?
He said Yes, he said. Well, this is related to a Twitch streamer by the name of Hassan, which, if you guys... Hassan Piker, yeah.
Hassan Karaman?
keep him out.
The developer behind the fake game?
He calls Hassan a fraud and a sellout. Objectively, he is promoting a terrible game just for the money. So, yeah, so the reason why I laughed, the Assassin's Creed Twitter account, the actual, Twitter account for Assassin's Creed, is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you?
To Tums?
To Elon.
Oh.
I don't
get
take
it.
any of it for granted because Hassan is a quasi-terrorist, so I don't.
So
Oh,
this
no,
is the
no, no,
guy
no,
that on
No,
Twitter...
it gets better, Red.
or, sorry.
Hold on, it gets
oh,
better.
okay.
Grums actually responds to that with a screenshot saying Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the hit Ubisoft needs. And then, of course, Assassin's Creed, because for some reason they chose violence today. Our game is out.
Who?
Their game is out.
Oh, it's out.
Oh,
Sorry, I
as in
misunderstood.
Mark Kearns, that's 8 years
Yes.
in the making. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Who said
So,
BT
Panda.
Maverick? Assassin's Creed Twitter burned them so hard. What's up, Panda? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. You're only 54
Yeah, this
minutes
happened
late.
like 15 minutes ago. Gaz, Xbox era, pretty much everyone on Twitter is just like, oh, damn.
Nice. Well, good. F that guy. Isn't this the dude that someone clipped him? Someone reacted to his channel. That channel got banned for anti-T word.
Hassan?
Or Yeah, and then Hassan's actual account is still up and running, but someone reacting
he got
to his
banned for
comment,
1 day, 3 hours, and 12 minutes for actively calling for a senator to be mercantiled.
right, and then the person that reacted to that also got, so, but fucking, I don't want to get into this shit. People are fucks. I love it. Anyway.
Either way, so... Yeah, for some reason the Assassin's Creed Twitter account shows violence against Elon and Grums, and, well, the internet is reacting as it should be.
They
Cheering
should,
them on.
whoever... So I know a lot of people were, you know, the Assassin's Creed social media account, whoever's running it, had responded or kind of did a little bit of a gotcha to Grums like a week or two ago.
Yeah,
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't like bad in its messaging. I just generally think that they shouldn't engage because I feel like the engagement is really the issue, not
That's what he
what
wants.
was
He doesn't
said.
care if it's good or bad.
Yep, he doesn't care if
Yes.
he's getting shit on, he's getting
Anyway.
engaged.
So it's-
Yeah.
And because people kind of were like, oh, he went after Grump, you know, like did the like, ha ha ha. Now this person running the account seems to be engaging in a lot of the social media war. I just feel like a dev account shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, be a little more
My
mature
opinion.
about your...
I know they shouldn't be doing it, but that doesn't mean that it's not funny. And I love the fact that I'm seeing it on the timeline and everyone's just like, finally, someone has the balls to call him out.
It
even
is,
though
but
he's
he's
getting
winning.
engagement for it.
Yeah, he's winning.
Yeah,
though.
he's winning,
Nope.
yeah. Panda says Grums needs
Yeah,
to
you
shut
don't
his
want to give
mouth.
him space.
Yeah, he's the guy who complained about Starfield's title screen. Is Grums one of...
Oh yeah, I forgot that was him.
Was that Grums with the physiognomy of the...
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then everyone brought up his screen, his title screen from Blizzard. Like
Yeah, you
years
said it.
ago.
You said it the best, DeMarco. That's what he wants. Like F that guy.
He's
Um,
winning.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from there. Good news. Speaking of good things, Game Informer is coming back. This is so cool. So I don't know how long it's been. I think Game Informer has only been away for about
7
a
months.
year. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Just like not even a full year. They're returning, and now they said like the whole team, 100% of the team was returning. Now we know there was a lot of interns there, so some of the people aren't going to be returning. Like, and Ben Hansen, of course, went and made Min-Max after being laid off. And I don't necessarily follow them anymore because they're very indie, PlayStation and Nintendo focused, and they're great. They're hilarious. And they're just full of positivity. And if you don't know who Min-Max is, just type it in. Min-Max with 2 N's on YouTube. Just go follow them. They're awesome people. But anyway, Ben Hansen ended up being he's such a great podcast host. So I don't think he's returning because he's got his own company now. But Kyle Hilliard, all the people, Matt Miller, all the people that you knew and loved from Game Informer is coming back. And not only that, the best part about this is they're already taking in early access subscriptions, and they're going to be printing magazines again. And that was like the huge thing for people.
That was a giant question, yeah.
Yeah, and so one of the biggest things, I actually want one day, maybe I can, you know what, I'll go grab it in a second, but I made a poster, designed a poster based off of my favorite cover art from Game Informer, and it's framed, and I haven't even hung it yet. It was hanging. I haven't hung it here yet. But it's returning, and people are so happy because it was like one of like the anchor points, I think, in the gaming industry in terms of reviewers and coverage and just personalities and just positivity all around. There was never any controversy that I remember of with Game Informer. But it really was the magazines. It was getting a Game Informer magazine and sitting down for like 15 minutes and just, or however long, and just going through it. And it's so nostalgic, man. Like, and if you've grown up, Dalton says more like Lame Informer, am I right? Shut the hell. But no, like some people grew up with this.
Time him out.
It's not your time. No, I'm just kidding. But some people grew up with this, and it's really nostalgic. And these guys need to be supported more on because, like, this type of physical media, physical, what's the word for it? Coverage and magazines. Like, it's everything is just posted online nowadays. Game Informer still does that, but this is just so great. I don't know. DeMarco, I'm gonna go grab this poster because I want to show you guys. But you were a big fan of Game Informer, right?
love Game Informer. I liked Game Informer because they always were able to produce coverage that I think you don't typically get from other networks, right? That was really the big deal. You have, and Holly and I talked about this at length on Thursday on the Push Start podcast, where you're able to sort of, because they needed to have things in print, they needed to get more engaging stories, since this stuff is getting mapped out months in advance, or weeks in advance at the earliest, but probably months, right? So they're going in, they're locking down exclusive stories, exclusive interviews, details that you really can't get anywhere else. And as a result, I think that that Game Informer has been able to build a lot more credibility as far as a traditional news outlet goes. I am curious to see if it can retain that, right? Because when they go online, are they going to try to compete with IGN that's publishing 5-6 articles in an hour? Because they just have so many freelance writers, so many on-staff writers, intern writers, I'm sure, and as a result, that's going to add challenges. Or are they going to stick to here's what we do special, and here is the more in-depth coverage that they got from their print media? It's going to be a challenge, I think, to reintroduce them, but they do have an existing audience, and obviously that audience was enough where, right, Game Informer is coming back. I don't know if it was mentioned, but they were bought by a different company that's actually a video games publisher or a developer. And so that developer said, no, we see the value here, and they're letting them run independently. It's not as though they need to give special coverage to this company, although they will, right? But they're allowed to run independently the way that they want to, and so I think the big challenge is how do they remain relevant? And my answer to that would be by having those more engaging stories, by making sure that they get those exclusive interviews that can't be found anywhere else. But then you do have things like IGN First. That's going to be the competition as well. So it'll be an issue, but it's one that I'm looking forward to. And honestly, depending on what that price point comes out to be, I would subscribe to Game Informer. Just the value has to still be there, but I would subscribe to them. And that's my bit on it. I don't want to keep rambling. I'm good at rambling.
Let me angle this differently. I've had this for so long, and I made this out of all of the some of the best covers from Game Informer. Some of my favorite games. You see Midnight Suns, God of War, Hitman. Of course, Mass Effect is right there in the middle. Yeah, they're super influential. Whatever. Anyway. I don't think that they've ever really competed or tried to compete with. I think IGN is sort of like they have their corner. I feel like Game Informer was more about the personalities, and you saw that, like, again, like Matt Miller's writing this article or whatever, and you got excited because you knew that they, like, I'll just say this without naming too many names. Like, for example, as an example, there are people who will review things even if they don't like them, and just to have like sort of like a list of games. What am I trying to say? I'm sorry. Essentially, there are certain people that will review games just to say that they reviewed it, to have a I don't know what the hell the word is. Like, help me.
They need the coverage. They just need the coverage. One thing I want to bring up while it's on my mind too is another concern. Like, I think Game Informer has a really strong strategic advantage because they have a reputation as being like a good independent reviewer and purveyor of gaming news and media, versus now, gaming content creation has gotten so saturated that there's the one benefit that people can find those that align with their viewpoints. Like, you can go off and watch Mr. Matty Plays, and you go, well, generally speaking, I agree with his reviews, or ACG, or Luke Stevens, or Legendary Drops, or I don't think he really does reviews, but you know, you have all these different creators that you can find, or DeMarco Dude, if he ever does one. You have all these avenues you can explore and do, but Game Informer, I think, has an advantage because obviously now that it's become so saturated, there's almost a flipping, I think, coming on the horizon as far as online content creation goes, where people might start feeling, and it already happens to an extent, but I think it will increase, that people say, oh, well, this online creator is just saying it because he needs to stay positive for game companies. This guy's just saying it because he doesn't want to lose his review code. The same thing that they say with IGN now. And I think you might start seeing that become more prevalent with content creators. And so Game Informer, because it's established itself as strongly independent, can sort of break that gap as, no, they are, and we trust, like, people might trust them more than some channels.
Right.
But that's all speculation, of course.
Yeah, well said. And my brain turned off. Essentially, like, whenever you work many jobs, and that way your portfolio is bigger. Some people, Game Informer has always been great about giving people the codes that they think it's up their alley. Not necessarily like, you've been super, super hyped for this game, and we know you're going to give it a high score, but I don't know, they've always just been super trustworthy and really just genuine, and just like, there's a reason everyone's really excited for them to come back, I guess, is my point. But you said it really well, DeMarco. Holly, are you a fan of Game Informer? Did you ever have the subscription? Do you have 500 pounds of magazines stacked up in a closet somewhere?
I actually just got rid of, I had tons of them. I actually just got rid of them. Right before they went away. Right before they went under. And I was like, well, that was timing.
Yeah.
Because I would go through the list and I was like, like, I really wanted to read this, but the game's already out, or, stuff like that, right? Like, you just don't always have time to read stuff.
Yeah.
But the covers were always, like, absolutely phenomenal. They have retained 100% of their staff, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
It means it'll be the same people that are writing for them, and I think we all agree that they were pretty legit and pretty independent and pretty just focused on what the actual reviews were and not caught up in any of the Twitter nonsense or social media nonsense or wokeism stuff and all of that, right?
Yeah.
They're coming back on YouTube and digital first, and they will be rolling out the physical. I really, really hope, my hope of hopes for them is that they're able to solidify themselves as, like, sort of what DeMarco and I already talked about, but, like, bringing that forward into digital as well, is to be the premier, absolutely non-biased media that's not an influencer or not a podcaster or a YouTube person, right? Because I do think it's important to have at least one media that's, pretty unbiased. So I really hope that they can keep their reputation going and then bring that back. Bring back the physical for the people that want the physical, because it was really cool when those did come in the mail and the cover art was the bomb. And really just establish themselves even in the digital era as just independent, like, non-biased journalists as much as you can be non-biased. That'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's sort of what I meant, I guess, just being non-biased and just as soon as you saw a name, didn't matter who it was, you were always so interested to hear their take because they weren't just doing it for clicks. They weren't just doing it because they had to do it or they were forced to do it. Or I'm sorry to say it, but IGN is they're so over saturated. I don't know what the correct word. I'm having a hard time with terminology today, but anyway, really excited to see him come back. Assassin, did you ever collect the magazines and anything like that, or?
I didn't, but I've known about Game Informer for a while and how much they've covered our industry with new game releases. I know they've interviewed developers in the past. I know that they were they acquired by GameStop or were they founded by GameStop? I don't know that.
I don't think.
Does anyone know?
I don't think that has anything to do with GameStop, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
GameStop had owned them before. Yeah.
Oh, did they? Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. You're right, because you would go in and it's like with your subscription of members with GameStop, you get a free subscription with Game Informer. You're totally right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm always one for physical media, so this is a win. That's really all I have to say. You guys pretty much covered everything. Plus, you got to remember, I'm on the younger side. I didn't really get magazines for gaming. I just found game, played game, liked game, didn't like game, and that's that.
I rate as I take a drink. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy to see him come back. I'm sure that the podcast is going to come back.
Also, Red,
yeah,
you're an Assassin's Creed fan, right?
Yes, I'm a massive.
Where other men blindly follow the truth, Red, remember nothing is true.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, brother. I can't wait to get back into Assassin's Creed. I've been on such a Stalker 2 kick again because I had to put it down. The game is so fucking... Every week, everyone's like, shut up about Stalker. This game is so good, though.
Play Atomfall.
Oh, but that's it. I was just going to say, Holly, like, I want to be done... Or I need to, like, get ready for, like, another break from Stalker 2 because I want to play Atomfall, and I cannot play them both at the same time because they're apparently similar in a lot of the ways, the hardcore ways, the immersion ways. Anyway, yes, and by the way, if anyone is here listening saying who the hell, what the hell, why the hell, this is the Renegade Realm podcast. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me, DeMarco, Holly, that blue number, and Assassin Entertainment. And you can check us out in the description below. Go, subscribe and follow us on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Farq, you son of a bitch. Thank you so much, Farq, for becoming a channel member. Thank you. Welcome to the Renegade Runner status. Well, if you're not already part of the Discord, if you become a channel member, you get access to the Discord, early access to certain videos, depending on how timely they are. And you get to support the channel and make everything work, make all the lights work and stuff. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the support. It means everything. He says, yes, I'm a bitch. Farq, oh my God. Farq has become such a staple in the community. We love you, bro. So yeah, thank you so much for doing that. That means a lot. So yeah, if you want to become a channel member, do that. Yeah, go ahead.
I was actually bringing up this fun fact to Holly because when I was looking up when her and DeMarco joined the show, I was like, wait. Okay, so DeMarco joined in episode 13, right? When Sapio left. I missed that guy.
Yeah, me too, man.
And then Holly joins in episode 31. But then I look into it, I'm like, wait. This is the first time that I was actually not on the show. Because I had work. She and I didn't meet until, like, the week after. Jonas took my spot. So I was like, huh.
Oh, that's what I
First time
meant,
she was on the
Jonas.
show.
Be honest. Be honest.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, also, this is when Red was trying to give us pet names, and Daddy DeMarco was apparently the trending one at that time.
Daddy D. Yep.
I call him brother.
Yeah, brother.
Also, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Farq said that DeMarco had a baby face back then, which I don't think he's lost.
He did, and he
it's
had
just
glasses
more
on and all kinds of stuff.
Holly didn't have the background lights. Red, you didn't
There they
Showing
are.
your chest more often.
The classic glasses. The classic DeMarco glasses. Oh, Holly's got something. She's gonna.
When is Easter?
Easter is in
He
April
looks like he's trying to cosplay Johnny Cage.
13th. Oh shit! Oh, here we go. Call of Duty is now gonna make Holly a character in Call of Duty now because the account followed her, and she's literally gonna do that when she I don't know.
What in the world?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Just wear that for the rest of the show, please. Thank you. So anyway, oh man, all right. What the hell? Oh, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines got a ton of details that I'm not going to read out because it's so much. But Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, the sequel, 21 years we have waited. Well, I say we, me, just literally just me, have waited for the. It's this incredible. It was so ahead of its time. Came out in 2004. Activision actually rushed the game. It needed another good year and a half in development. So they rushed this game out the door in 2004, and it became a cult classic instead of the big hit that they really wanted it to be. The semi-open world vampire RPG, super hardcore. You can play in first and third person. Really choice heavy. Everything about it. 2004 was sort of like the year of RPGs. Like so many games came out, and those like KOTOR came out 2003, 2004. Morrowind 2002, 2003, like it was the year, it was like that little era where great RPGs were coming out, and this one got overlooked and again became a cult classic instead of a hit because it was rushed because Activision sucks for the most part. But so the team, Assassin, you can tell me which team it is now because I think it got handed off from one team to another because it was in development hell for a long time, and so they just shut the hell up.
Chinese room.
The Chinese room. Okay, and who do you know who it was before?
It was Paradox Interactive.
Okay, so this is why you're great. You know everything. But
No,
so,
I don't know everything. Just
Did you get a new headset, Assassin?
He did. He got a new
I
mic.
did not.
He got a
I
new
got
mic.
a new mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound really
Why
good.
is it bad?
No, you just sound further away, but it's a better quality.
I think he's like laying down.
You know what I mean?
I'm sitting down. Is that better?
He's got the mic
there
hanging
he
out the
is.
ceiling and he
Actually.
lays in
There
his
he
bed.
is.
There you are. Welcome.
There he is.
Why do y'all
So-
have to treat me like I'm a dog walking up to y'all? What
Good
did I do
boy.
to y'all?
I'm gonna give you pets. Turn on your back. Can I see the belly?
You know what I gotta say to that?
Yes.
Bark.
You like
Okay.
the belly rub,
Bark.
don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Gosh,
He's like,
I'm uncomfortable.
Welcome everyone
Everyone
to the Renegade Furry Podcast.
No,
What
we
you
love
do
it.
with belly?
We love it. That is what you do with bellies. That's what you do with them. So anyway, finally, so they have shut the hell up after this whole development hell, a studio transition, and they've just been completely radio silent, which I personally think was great for them to do because so many people are just we are so tired of hearing about updates and delays or whatever. And you know, I
Speaking
remember
of which, it got delayed to October.
well, I mean, the thing is, I was literally going to say, I remember when Starfield got delayed, everyone's like, 6 months later, they're like, it must have got delayed again. It's like, we never had a release date. It never got delayed again. It just fucking delayed. Like, but anyway, we have no idea when the game's coming out. But tons of details came out because there were some from PC Gamer. And Shinobi, of course, went on Twitter, and shout out to Arcane for sharing that article to me because I would have totally missed it. But PC Gamer had some hands-on behind the scenes. Essentially, the game is done now. It's done. They are now in the polishing phase to get it golden and shiny, and really, really excited. And it sounds everything that I read about it, it sounds incredibly loyal in terms of the RPG mechanics that they had back in the day, like not really telegraphing decisions. You sort of just stumbled upon your decisions as you would go, or like you would just screw something up. Like you would just meet a character and you're having this great conversation or whatever, and you say one wrong thing, just like in real life, you say one wrong thing and it's like, man, fuck you. And then you're just like, shit, man. And then you just can't, you're just sort of like locked out of that. I can read some of these gameplay details. Let me see. You're not playing as like a newborn like you were from the first Vampire the Masquerade. You're actually a 400-year-old elder that you've been asleep for a long time. The game is described as surprisingly investigation focused. It takes place in Seattle. The investigation focused thing doesn't surprise me at all because it is very much like The Witcher. Even the first game was very much like The Witcher, where you're walking around, you're talking to people, you're trying to figure out who is who, and you're trying to build relationships, and it's just so dialogue and systems heavy in that way. I'm trying to pick out some of these things. Dialogue is just as dangerous as combat, where your backstory carries weight, and chats that you have with other NPCs are evocative of more complex version of Telltale's dialogue system. We actually saw a screenshot of that where a character says, like, you know, Jonathan was impressed by that or whatever, or this person will remember that or whatever. I could go on and on, but it's a lot. But I'm just so glad that we're finally getting an update that's positive rather than just like, hey guys, we know you're waiting and we're waiting too, and we'll see you later. So anyway, now I think some of us watched Arcane stream this game because I bought it. I forced him to do it. I actually paid him to do it. Not really, but I'm a huge fan of this, and I don't know. We just don't have enough vampire games. And this is sort of the one. It takes place in the world of darkness. So we don't have a lot of vampire games, and I think this is. Yeah, DeMarco,
Lotus, I still have your patches.
Arcane, take note of that.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Lotus says playing AC Shadows now. Graphics good, story okay, physics bad. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Mess around with the controls to see if that helps with how it feels. That's what I had to do. My controls are so weird. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? Anyway, Holly, does this type of game? Well, you watched Arcane stream it. That's the first game. Have you ever had any interest in this game? It's very 90s. Well, the first one is very like gritty and grimy. Kind of reminds you of like what it would be like to be living as the vampires in the Blade movies, but you're like the dirty boy or girl or whatever. Yep, I sold it really well.
There was a question in there, right?
The question is, do you care? By the way, has anyone seen the gameplay for this? Because there is gameplay of this game that came out last year that I was actually gonna watch, and it was. You should watch. Matter of fact, Holly, if you want to watch that gameplay, I can come back to you because I feel like you would be like, holy shit, how have I not seen this? Because it is like, if you love Doom, you should just go watch it if you can. You want to do that? And I'll come back to you?
Okay.
Okay, fantastic. All right. DeMarco, you're an RPG guy.
I haven't played the first, and I'm not big into vampires. Blade, the upcoming Blade game is the exception because I like Arcane Studios, and I'm curious what they do with it. And also it's a superhero, so you know, it's part of Marvel, and I like Marvel, and I'm a big superhero person, and you know, DC and Marvel stuff. So those things intrigue me more than it being vampires. I've just never been a big vampire person. So Vampire the Masquerade, it doesn't really do much for me.
Do you like werewolves? Just curious.
No.
It's the same thing. Doesn't
really
matter.
care.
Both the same.
Yeah.
Do you like zombies?
Zombies are cool.
Okay. Speaking of, we still got to get on that new map.
Which map? There's a new zombies map.
Call it new. Well, yeah, there's been a new. It's not new anymore. It was new.
Is it the new one? Is it the transit?
No, that's not coming. They're supposedly they're doing like a transit-sized map, but I don't think they're bringing transit itself back. Unfortunately.
F word.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's gonna be there's gonna be a transit-like transportation system allegedly to get around it, but allegedly.
What is it about You just don't like being the bad guy, or are you just not big into the whole?
I don't know. It's like why is Holly not into hero shooters? Like, it doesn't tickle me.
Well,
I don't know how this became about me.
well.
Look, I respect DeMarco as a friend and all, but he really gotta stop bringing the rest of us into his arguments.
Elaborate.
They came out with a 28-minute gameplay demo 5 years ago.
That's not the
For this
one.
game.
That's not the one.
I know, but I'm saying 5 years ago they
And
had
that-
28 minutes
yeah,
of gameplay.
development hell.
What is taking so long?
Development hell, yeah. So they just said F this studio, gave it to the Chinese room, like Assassin said, and the gameplay looks incredible. It's my only gripe is that it's only in first person, which I'll get over it very quickly. But the first one was first and third. The combat looked so visceral, and they even said, I think Shinobi even said, like, some of the people were coming out of it saying, like, it's like Dishonored. It's not completely open world, but it has that Dishonored vibe where it's open enough where you're like, this is just a big ass. Who cares about open world whenever it feels this open? It does. Are you looking at it? You're wagging.
Careful when you put Dishonored on the name. Don't besmirch the name.
Listen, all I know is, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm watching this latest dev diary about hunters and the official game update. Right?
This
It
was
came
like
out like 5 hours ago.
No, this was like almost like a year ago. It's like gameplay.
Oh. Well.
And it shows like full on combat, and it's so weird. It does remind me of, like, it's so visceral. It reminds me of Doom in a way. It reminds me of Doom in terms of, like, the executions that you do. Because, like, he, like, throws a dude up against the wall and, like, grabs him. It's super it's super badass. But then it also shows, like, the stealth and stuff like that. It just looks amazing. I don't know.
I'm watching another one. So they use guns where they just, like, are like, and it's like floating in the air, and they're like
Do they?
waving
Is that
their
a thing?
hands. Yeah, that's what it shows here. Like,
There
the
are
gun's like
different-
floating, and they're just like hovering it with their
They're
hand,
like,
and the gun
boom,
is
boom.
shooting. And
That's fucking awesome. I did not see that. No, that's amazing. So there are different vampire clans. The lore of the game, if you guys have played, like, the Soul Reaver games, you know, Cain, the Legacy of Cain. Essentially, this is a play on that, because Cain is Cain from Cain and Abel, the famous story from the Bible. So Cain was cursed to be a vampire in the lore of Vampire the Masquerade. So Cain was sort of the first vampire ever, and his children, you know, are, again, they're vampires walking around. So there are different clans. So some clans are more, you know, you have, like, the Nosferatu clan, you have, like, Bruma clans, you have, like, Grendel clans, like, the more, like, they're essentially the vampires that feed so much that they just turn into, like, the monstrous goblin-y type vampires. There's a lot of lore, and the universe is in the World of Darkness universe. So this is like Werewolf the Apocalypse, same universe. Hunter the Reckoning, same universe. What is it? Magic. What is it called? Magic the Gathering? No, it's something like that. I can't remember what it is. It's something like
Heroes
that.
of Might and Magic?
I can't remember what it is, but it always starts with something. It's like Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vampire the Masquerade, Hunter the Reckoning. Like, it's in all the World of Darkness stuff, and it's super nerdy, and I love it. But anyway, yeah, Assassin, you were like you're 20. You were 20 when this game got 19 when this game got announced.
When was that announced?
Like 2019. Yeah.
2019. I was 21.
Oh, okay. I always forget how old you are. Yeah, do you care about this
how old
game?
he's not.
How? What?
What?
How old
What?
he's
That's
not?
how old he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Always, he's not old at all. Yeah, you wait. Hello, Jonas earlier says, I do feel like an elder when I wake up these days. Which I get it. I wake up, I'm like, why does my butt hurt? But yeah. So Assassin, do you care about Vampire the Masquerade?
I
What's your
know
thoughts?
nothing about Vampire the Masquerades. I don't know anything about the IP or the world or anything that they've done. I never played the original. If I don't have to play the first one, then I'll check this one out. But if I
do
do,
not.
then I don't.
And it's
then
on
I may
PC, so you
look
can't.
into it.
So you're asking him to talk about a game he can't even play? He's just like, the F do I care?
You mean like how you
Well-
guys abandoned me for Elden Ring Night Rain? You jerks.
Well, I might buy it.
The
in
problem
different
is
places.
that
Oh, I'm gonna
people
play
are
on
only
PC.
playing
Oh well,
PC.
okay. Oh wait,
Yeah.
so you guys are
Only-
gonna play Elden Ring Night Rain on the platform where From Software's games have always had the hardest performance. All right, good job.
Well, the
All right.
problem is two of them only have said platform.
Yeah, true.
So can
All
we talk
three of them have
about
five.
platform? What?
can we talk about a game that looks actually freaking cool? That is Doom-esque.
Let's talk about
It was at the
buttered
Future
sausage.
Game Show that apparently
Are you talking about
nobody else
Painbreaker?
wa-
Or
Painkiller.
Painkiller? I always forget it's
Yeah,
Painkiller.
Painkiller. Looks
I own that game.
so-
I have the physical copy for original Xbox.
Of what?
It was like the Doom successor.
Painkiller?
Yeah, we're talking
Isn't
about
it
the same thing. The first-person Doom-like game where you play as the Punisher-looking dude in a trench coat.
Mm,
Type
It's a
in
newly
Painkiller
announced
original
game.
Xbox. You'll see what I'm talking about. That's what I thought you were talking about.
it's from Saber, so it's gonna be good. And it looks like Doom.
Hang on. Okay, wait.
Like, come here.
They are doing another Painkiller?
Yes, it was announced at Future Game Show
Co-op?
a few days ago.
Co-op?
Oh my F. Okay. Listen, everyone look up Painkiller original Xbox and you'll see what I'm talking about. The dude looks like the Punisher, but the gameplay is Doom and oh my god, that is insane. Painkiller looks really good, Lotus says. Painkiller looks great. 5 milligrams or 10?
I put the
All of them.
trailer in
Trailer.
our chat.
I love the top comments.
There you go.
Doom and Painkiller in the same year. Nice.
That's amazing. And Saber is killing it,
Painkiller's
man.
coming this year.
Yeah, fall.
How many
the
people
fuck?
work at Saber?
Bro, I've looked at Saber since Space Marine 2 was technically shown off. Well, no. Actually, yeah, since Space Marine 2, yeah.
That's insane. I can't wait.
Like,
I
Red,
can't wait.
you know what their current lineup is, right? You know what they're working on.
Space Marine 3, now Painkiller.
Space Marine 3, Painkiller, KOTOR Remake, Turok Origins,
That's right.
Jurassic Park Survival.
Insane.
They're working on 5 different games in different genres at the same time. How big is Saber? How
a
can they work
huge
on
bit-
5 different games?
The same way Insomniac is doing like 2, like Outer Worlds 2 and
Or
And-
Sega.
and Avowed
Obsidian?
at the same time.
You said Insomniac.
You said Insomniac.
Sorry, Obsidian.
Okay, well,
Insomniac's
hey,
also,
I'll take it.
Insomniac
Okay,
also,
well, to be fair, Insomniac and Obsidian both are talented at getting games.
yeah,
multiple games out
Insomniac
in
also.
multiple
I was stuck between like
No,
Outer
no.
Worlds
You
and
were right
Avowed
either
versus
way.
Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet and Clank and Wolverine.
Mhm.
And apparently a rumored Daredevil game, if that's true.
Oh man.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. So
Saber
what?
Interactive. Saber is based in Florida?
Do we think that this whole? So do we think that I really want to know. Do you guys think that this exclusivity with KOTOR Remake is going to stick? Or do you think they're just going to let it go everywhere? Is it
Since
not under Sony
most
anymore?
likely back. Sony apparently backed out of the project. So if
Really?
it is supposedly going to come out, it should.
Fuck
be
me in the
multi-platform.
amen.
Also,
that's amazing. That
in
is amazing. That gets me
2022
excited.
In 2022, Saber Interactive has 2,671 devs.
Jesus crumbles. What the?
No wonder they can do multiple projects.
They're
They
not
have
very
over
vocal,
2,000
right?
employees. They're not, no.
That's the thing. Like, they
operate.
just work.
They operate the way that studios, I think, should go back to, which is they work, they make the game, they announce the game, and then they release the game, and like that's it.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I think that so many studios, I've said this before, so many studios make the mistake of being over communicative.
Yep.
That they're like, oh well, we need. It gets messy. Saber does it the right way, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait, Reds. I got their... So, to be announced reveal or release dates for Saber Interactive: Jurassic Park Survival, Star Wars KOTOR Remake, Turok Origins, Space Marine 3, Painkiller, Untitled Avatar: The Last Airbender title. I loved that show when I was a kid. I had no idea Saber was doing a game based in that universe. I can't wait for that now.
It's cool. I like Avatar.
I like it a lot. Wait, weren't they? No, that was... No, that's not Saber. I don't know why, but for some reason in my head I thought Saber was doing the last Ronin TMNT game, but I forget that was the Destroy All Human devs. Which I think isn't that Deep Silver?
Is it Deep? That sounds right. Deep Silver. Yeah, I think so.
Jonas DeMarquis says this is the other Avatar.
Yeah, I was like, man, I didn't know you
I
like
like both.
Airbender. Oh, you like
This
both?
is
Okay.
not the
Oh, I
blue.
love
This is
Avatar:
not
The
the
Last
blue.
Airbender.
Yeah. The
No, I
blue and
love
the
Avatar:
bald.
The Last Airbender.
Can you imagine
Dude,
Can you
Avatar:
imagine a
The Last
crossover?
Airbender?
It's gonna be Avatar, the blue and the bold, and it's a crossover between James Cameron's and Airbender.
Stop.
That'd be
Now
great.
you're ruining it for me right now.
I love
Stop.
The blue and the
Please.
bold. Bald.
Like Avatar and Ben 10 were what I grew up with as a kid. I love both of those shows. Anyway, so
Okay.
Saber. Great developer, don't you think, Red? That we should, keep an eye
Champion more? Yeah.
on. Talk about more.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Oh, whoopsie. Oops. I'm gonna screw something up. Okay, we're good. Yeah, Saber's insane, man. Like, their huge, massively huge success with Space Marine 2 that we need to finish, by the way. That was... I just feel like that was one of those games that were the sequel took so long to come out that people didn't even care that it had the number 2 on it. It just looked so good that people were just like, I don't care, I'm gonna get this. And it sold incredibly well, and it's still being supported to this day, adding new content, operations, and whatnot. Didn't
Oh, they're also doing John Carpenter's Toxic Commando as well.
I don't know what that is, but I love that.
First person.
I don't care. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
It was a first person Left 4 Dead like.
Okay. I like it. Oh, somebody just got a notification.
That was me.
Okay. Do you not customize your ringtones?
I
Your
don't.
notification. Holly's is
No.
great. It's just like a frog
Mine-
one.
It's a fart. It's a booty
Oh, it's just a
slap.
fart.
Poppy Team, didn't they do World War Z? I don't think they did.
Uh,
The World War Z game?
Saber did World War Z.
Yeah, I think they did. I was gonna say, it wasn't that People Can Fly?
Saber did World War Z.
Yeah, and Saber also did.
'Cause that's why everybody was excited for Space Marine 2. was
Exactly.
Because they're like, oh, we could have all these hordes coming on screen.
Yep.
That's how I remember
They
it.
used that tech.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. They used that tech for the horde system.
Yep.
It's amazing.
That's
It's
my
amazing,
my little bit
Yeah,
of like
it was. Yep.
assassin memory.
man. Exactly. Yeah, I love it.
World
the
War
one,
Z,
the
yeah, it
one,
was-
that's the one detail I have. That
It was developed and published by Saber. So they did it and published it themselves. Nice.
I love that. I love that for you.
DeMarco
Yeah, what
had
else?
a me moment.
What else we got going on?
Well, BGC put out an article saying that multiple publishers are getting ready to delay their games because of Grand Theft Auto 6.
I would love, before we go into that,
Please.
I have a question that I'm trying to decide for my own channel that I would love help on from your audience, Red. And I hate to just randomly plug this into the middle of your show.
Let's plug it. You want me to do a poll or what?
No, I'm looking for. So my videos, I have my little avatar, right? Like that I use in my video in my thumbnails, and I love him. I'm very attached to him. I think he's adorable and super fun. But I'm curious if that is more recognizable, or if like the Mr. Matty Plays style of face, where it's not like every single video.
I hate that thing.
Yeah.
I hate
where
it.
it's not that, but he always has just like very simple, kind of like a. And I'm curious.
Sort of like a. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I'm curious.
Why does he do that? I don't get it. Like.
Well, Maddie does a more simple face, which I think is
Wait, what
better
are we doing
than
here?
He's like.
I'm just curious. If I
Yeah,
could get
exactly.
An opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Are we talking about the face and the thumbnail thing?
Yeah. I'm just
Yes.
curious. Anyway.
Are
Yeah,
you?
no.
I like your little dude.
Well, what's more recognizable? Like you see that. What has more recognition?
I mean, it is a good question, and the thing is, it is unfortunate.
But I don't want to
that-
dwell on this. So I just wanted to pose that.
No,
If
it's a
anyone
good
in chat
conversation to
cares
have. It is a good
But I
conversation
wanna
to
go-
have. Yeah,
I
go
want to
ahead.
go back to Arcane's thing though. Like I just wanted to pose it. If anyone has an opinion in chat, that'd be great. But I want to
I
pose
do
it.
love.
I want to go back to Arcane's thing.
I
Arcane,
do
Assassin's
love
sorry.
how you and Arcane have such a similar. You both have like your little avatars. It's so cool. I love it. You should have like a little like. Oh my god! I just thought we should have emojis with everyone in the community. Have Jonas as an emoji, DeMarco's little DeMarco dude, and Arcane's little dude as an emoji. That'd be fantastic.
I mean, I already have mine as an emoji.
No, I mean like I would buy them off of you and then put them in the members chat. No, I really love it. I know it's hard to say, man.
Anyway.
Like, I'm sorry. What is the
Assassin.
Arcane thing that you were talking about?
No, there's no Arcane thing. Assassin.
Yeah.
Continue with your thing.
Well, no, hang on. You can't just ask a question because it's an interesting conversation to have. Like, I think, unfortunately, the things that end up working for people, they have to stick to in order to grow their channel. Again, I made 2 more Starfield mod videos because people, apparently it's the only fucking thing that I can do that works. Not to say that I didn't enjoy doing those videos because I still love Starfield, but it's not what I wanted to do at the time. I want to talk about Elder Scrolls. I want to talk about Vampire the Masquerade, and that stuff just doesn't work. I think that whenever you make thumbnails, like I never wanted my thumbnails to look the way that they did, but they're doing okay. So I guess in terms of like what's more recognizable, you said it before, people connect with the person rather than the product a lot of the times. So if they're seeing DeMarco's face on the thumbnail, if they haven't subscribed yet, they're probably like, who the hell is this guy, first and foremost? Exactly. Making all the faces. I think it. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I appreciate you. I think what Jonas in chat says, hypothetically, if you made videos, you could test it out and compare. You could always throw out your thumbnail with your face on it and then change it a couple hours later or whatever. But I don't know. Holly,
That's true.
whenever you see YouTube videos and you see someone's face on it, do you immediately you're just like F, or
I hate it. I hate it. Like, I don't mind a face being on there, but when they make those,
They're
like Olin Mills or, like, glamour shots poses, like, for gaming, I'm just like, man, I don't want to click on
right?
Another reason why I'm
Don't
glad I'm not
like
on
it.
camera.
at all.
I don't have to worry about that.
When, like, Maddie does this,
Or he's like,
and I'm like,
even the Act
Yeah,
Man does it.
yeah.
Actually, I think I just did more of an Act Man thing where he's like,
but the Ackman's isn't as
the Ackman
annoying
does-
because his isn't as annoying.
yeah.
And
I think
I don't
It's
know-
not that annoying at all. I mean, he gets into the role of the characters in the games that he's talking about, at least. Like his Gears of War, how he actually shaved his beard and everything and put on a bodysuit to look like Marcus. That was hilarious.
I think
And he
you
actually
should
did
just like whatever you do. The problem is, like, whatever you do, you're gonna have to keep doing it, right? Like, If you just use your little guy, then it's more about brand recognition than it is like facial recognition, right? If you're always using your little dude in your thumbnail, like, oh, it's a video from, right, and click it.
Yeah, I think I got what you said. You lagged
Yeah,
out,
you
but I
gotta
think
you gotta choose what's more important, man. Is it your face or is it little Marco there? Because
He's very
that's
cute.
actually that's what I'm calling
He's
him
very
now.
It
cute.
is great.
I love your
yeah.
little avatar.
It is
Yeah,
it is
anyway.
great.
I dub him
Go
little
ahead.
Marco.
I'm hitting the next button.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, what is next? What else we got?
Assassin. What do we got?
So I saw this on Reddit when I was on break earlier today. So VGC actually talked to a few corporate executives at a few unnamed publishers, and they have said that they are considering delaying their games because of Grand Theft Auto 6. What's funny is, we actually talked about it when Goodrich Games was with us, and we asked him about that. Shout out to him, by the way.
We got to get him back on.
He actually,
So good.
He actually mentioned it's not that bad as we make it out to be, but then again, you have to remember, people have been waiting for Grand Theft Auto for literally a decade. Like, people who normally won't even get video games will get a console or a PC just to play Grand Theft Auto 6. I know
Yeah.
GTA 6 will come to PC later, but once again, whenever a Rockstar Games video game comes out, people notice and people want to play it. When it came to Red Dead Redemption 2, I was not a part of the industry at that point. I think I came in about a year later, but I did my research. How Rockstar marketed their game. Pretty much almost everyone. Can you guys even think of another big game that came out when Red Dead 2 came out in October or November? Because I sure as hell can't in 2018. Most of their games either got delayed or they were bumped up. Not that hard to assume that other studios and publishers would do the same thing with Grand Theft Auto 6. It's too big. Rockstar Games has now become too big in terms of how powerful their IP is. Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. Sure, I know a lot of people are a bit upset that they haven't brought back some of their other IP, like Bully, LA Noire. Hopefully, maybe we'll get an LA Noire too. I would like that.
Would LA
DeMarco,
Noire be as impressive? LA Noire was all about its face tech at the time. Would it still be as impressive if it released today?
I mean, the ambiance, like the setting, I think was really it for
The
me.
setting would carry it,
Well,
right?
the
I would
setting
love
and
to see
actual
something in
like
the
playing as a
80s.
cop.
Yeah.
Like I would actually like LA Noire if they decide to make a sequel. It'd be like, I want it to be where you play as a cop, but then you find out that your partner or the department is corrupt, and you have to make choices, kind of like you did with Arthur in Red Dead 2. Not to the extent of an RPG, like just enough to where you can actually influence.
Is it
a little bit of
is
the
it an
game's
LA
world?
is it a LA Noire game then at that point if you're like not solving the mysteries, right? That was the whole.
Well, I mean, you can solve the mysteries. I'm just saying, it would like a story that's
I liked LA Noire.
kind of in between. I don't know. What do you do? You guys think it's the right move though for these studios to delay their games? Because I sure as hell don't want them to bump them up, especially if they're not ready.
Holly.
I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like Holly's input on this specifically, because I think the only game that actually, quote-unquote, stands a chance against GTA is actually COD. Because of how big that franchise
Can't
is.
wait for God to come out. You go ahead.
COD.
Oh,
COD.
sorry. I thought you meant.
Call of
Jesus.
Duty.
Okay. Yep.
I think everybody stays away from GTA because it's once every 10 years or whatever it is, right?
Do you think Activision will do that with Call of Duty?
Remind me, I don't think GTA Online usually drops at the same time as the campaign, right? Aren't they later?
Oh, it takes a while.
The
yeah.
online
And then-
for GTA
Yeah.
5 came a year later.
And the PC
Yeah.
release takes a while as well.
2
And they're
years
doing
Yeah.
that
specifically.
They're doing that again. So
I do know that. So I don't think, if that's the case, I don't think Call of Duty would worry too much about when GTA 6 comes out, because the multiplayer, because yeah, I mean, even PC, right? Because a lot of Call of Duty players are PC. I think, honestly, Call of Duty has so many issues right now that they need to worry about themselves more than they need to worry about when GTA is coming out. Because they're enough of a different game that, like, you don't want to release the same day, obviously, right? But 2, 3, 4 weeks apart, I think they'll be fine.
I think there should be at least a month or more.
Yeah, DeMarco, what
I
do you think?
yeah.
Oh. Sorry, no, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go on.
Yeah, DeMarco, what do you were gonna say things too?
a lot of games don't need to worry. It's not in direct competition with GTA.
Yeah.
The counter to that is that people will be so absorbed within GTA, like just such a massive player base for any game is going to be like, no, I'm playing GTA. So even if you're not competing with GTA, you're still competing with them in a way, right? So you're competing for attention at that point, even though, yeah, I like RPGs and I like GTA, but I'm just going to play a lot more GTA. And then, of course, the one thing that I don't think people really talk about is a lot of folks will... I think I usually bring out some pretty good takes on your show, and I'm just going to pat myself on the back for a little bit. I'm being serious.
Listen,
because,
you can clip it out
thing,
and put it on your channel. I don't care.
One thing people don't really talk about is, maybe someone has here and there, but the FOMO of it, right? Like, how many gamers are going to jump into GTA and going to stick with GTA, right? Until either they beat it, or they get to a point where they're just bored of it, or they just lose, natural interest over time, because they don't want to have the FOMO part. So now, yeah, like, Call of Duty is not competing with Grand Theft Auto. They're two completely different games. You can make that argument. Like, let's just say Baldur's Gate 3 released next to GTA, right? They're not competitors at all. They're such different styles of game entirely. But the attention of players will be on GTA solely for that FOMO aspect of it. And that's something that is very unique to Grand Theft Auto. So in that regard, I would say, yeah, I think it's smart for games to get out of the way.
Well, you gotta remember, DeMarco, Baldur's Gate 3 is a CRPG, and as much as you like it, CRPGs, in my opinion, they're still pretty niche.
They are niche, but that's exactly why I use that as an example, right? Because it is niche, and I would still say a game like Baldur's Gate 3, which you would think, like, okay, that's so niche that it should be in its own market, that Grand Theft Auto really shouldn't compare. But you're talking about, again, like, the amount of players that are going to be absolved for it for reasons outside of the fact that it's just already massively anticipated, right? Someone like myself, I might hop in. I don't mind waiting. I waited for GTA 5. I don't get too much caught in some of that FOMO, and I could wait for GTA 6, but I would even loosely consider myself in that audience of players who, like, yeah, I might actually pick it up and play it over a long period of time, which means now you're competing for my time, not because it's a genre, specific thing. I'm not playing another open world game. I'm not playing another action third-person shooter, right? Anything that might be loosely similar to Grand Theft Auto, but I just don't have the time for both. And because now I'm thinking, okay, well, Grand Theft Auto is going to be out all over the place. I'm going to be seeing spoilers. I'm going to be seeing all the jokes, all the heavy moments are going to be put out there. I'm going to be surrounded by it. Other people are going to want to talk about it. Now I sit down and say, I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto instead of Baldur's Gate. So yeah, I think a game even like Baldur's Gate should get pushed back for that reason. And it's a reason I don't think a lot of people really bring up, as much as they say the argument of the genre of the games.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
no.
I was gonna say, I totally agree with you. There are a lot of games. I would say the majority of games that come out aren't really in direct competition with GTA.
No.
Right, as far as the type of game, etc. It's solely based on the player base, right? If you're a small indie game that's niche and puzzle building or something like that, really not that big a deal to be pretty close to GTA, because I would say most people who are playing GTA or probably aren't the same group of people that just prefer small indie games. But you're right. It's just the volume of people moved onto that platform. And it's kind of, I don't know. Like, I've never played a GTA, so for me, I'm just like, whatever, right? But I'm in the minority. So I don't know. I mean, I'll play it. I have no expectations for it.
Good.
But I've heard plenty of people who are just like, GTA, don't care, right?
I
But
think
you've
that
played Red Dead
after
Redemption
Red Dead
2, haven't
2,
you, Holly?
that's what I was gonna say. I think that after Red Dead 2, they know what really struck people with the emotions of that story. I don't want to go on a whole tangent about that game.
A Grand Theft Auto game with a Red Dead-like story.
That's what we're going to get. We're going to get finally going to get an emotional story with
Jesus Christ.
with GTA.
I have my own emotional story in my own real life. Playing another game. It's like,
you know what I mean? Like Red Dead, I know, like you shared your horse story that one time, and it's just God. The game, the Red Dead 2.
I mean, if they're going with the Bonnie and Clyde angle, Red, I think you may have a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you now. Of course, the GTA games have always been this very Quentin Tarantino, very high satire type delivery with all of their everything is super violent, but then somehow funny at the same time. It's very Quentin Tarantino. And I think it's still going to be that way, but now that we have these dual protagonists, I think it's going to be much more emotional. But back to the point about like devs moving out of the way, even whenever we had David Goodrich, who was amazing, by the way, he was talking about, he said, I think he said something along the lines of, I've never heard of that mentality. In my experience, I've never heard of the mentality of like, we're going to move out of the way of even though we're like a vehicle combat game, we're going to move out of the way of a game that has nothing to do with our genre or whatever. I think that that the mind share is an issue. It doesn't matter if the game is of the same genre or not. I think that during the month of hype, the mind share will be surrounded around, like, imagine if Elder Scrolls comes out whenever the next, Balatro 2 comes out or whatever. There's still going to be that pocket of people that are going to be playing Balatro 2. It's not going to necessarily affect their sales a lot, but people will come back to Balatro 2. They're not going to miss out on it. It'll just be the initial sales that might be impacted. And I think that people do look at that. I don't know. It's sort of like a mixed bag, but
To put it in another situation, Red, let's say that Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out this year. It's not going to be delayed. It's coming in the fall. But then in June, Atlas reveals the Persona 4 remake, right? Two completely different genres. You and I both would want to play that game.
yeah.
But there's the catch is, it's 2 weeks before GTA 6.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and you're like,
As
fuck!
much as I love Persona, I'm picking Grand Theft Auto 6. Because I know Rockstar Games had to have been cooking with that game for a long time. Since Red Dead 2, it's been 7 years since Red Dead 2. Damn. It's been 7 years.
It's still one of the
crazy.
best games that in this
Ever.
gen and last gen. Is visuals. I mean, just like purely like
Visuals,
The animation,
story,
story, the
music,
technical-
open world, everything.
It's incredible. I've never spent so much money preparing for that game. Anything else? I bought a $1,200
Like Red
TV. I bought this chair that I'm sitting in right now, which was like $300 at the time. I bought a new controller, which is like another. Just blowing money left
Like, Red,
and right
this is
for the year.
This is the game where analysts said this game is going to be the first one to break $1 billion in just the pre-orders.
It's gonna be
stupid.
how long typically is the campaign for GTA?
For Grand Theft Auto?
I would say like
I know
25.
GTA 5 would be like GTA
Oh,
5,
that's
I
pretty
think, was
long.
clocked in at like 30, 40.
Yeah, like 25,
Okay.
30
I was thinking
plus.
it was a much shorter game. Okay.
No. These
But,
are really
but that's not
in-depth.
including the side content.
And imagine, Holly, imagine a Red Dead, like everything that you just talked about with the mechanics, and like you bump into somebody on the streets and it all of a sudden turns into a quest randomly. Everything about Red Dead, but now it's in Miami, and it's in a full-on, like, that's what you need to expect. Like, this game is gonna be. It's not
In
going
the
to be a
land of the
video
Florida
game-ass
man.
video game. It's going to be that full-on immersion sim, like everything is alive type thing. The GTA it's a juggernaut, like, because everything gets compared to GTA, right? Like, no one's comparing anything to Saints Row. Everyone compared GTA to Saints Row because it was the first GTA-like game that we had that was actually very good. Whenever that came out in 2008, I think, or whatever.
I miss that franchise. I love Saints Row 2 so much.
Yeah. Did you guys see the post recently where what was it? One of the studio heads like roasted Saints Row. It was great. Anyway, yeah, we're up in time here, or out of time here. But anything else before DeMarco goes and eats some spaghetti?
Eat some stromboli.
Stromboli? Is stromboli like a big thing in your family, DeMarco? How Italian is your Italian family?
I can say I'm the least Italian out of my Italian family. But,
Okay.
We were more Italian when I was younger.
Okay, so you've become less Italian with
Become
time.
less Italian.
You just diluted your. Okay, that's fine.
I'm the worst Italian out of my kin.
Because you eat like burgers and stuff.
Your
That's
kin.
that's sinful for real Italians. They're not allowed to have hamburgers.
Who is the most Italian in your family? Is it all like on your mother's side? Is it like the
I don't
grandparents?
want to get into these family details.
Listen, give me your address. And your... Listen, we don't have to do names or anything, but that's fine. That's fine. Holly, what's your family? Are they more? Are they just full on American? Just everyone eats everything type thing? What's the food situation?
Yeah, my name is German. We're German, but my mom has some English. Her maiden name was York, so.
Oh.
That's
Without the
super
Shire.
English.
Okay, gotcha. That's before Shire got thrown in.
But our name is German. My grandparents and great grandparents were German.
It is, isn't it? Okay, I never thought about that. I'm not gonna say it, obviously, but I never thought about that. Yeah, I'm like hearing it in my head, and I'm like, that is, with like a German accent.
I went to a hotel one time, and I was driving through Dayton, and I needed to stay the night, and I went to check in, and the woman in Dayton, Ohio, of all places, the woman I was checking in with, she's like writes down my name. She's like, "Oh, yes, good German name," and she was like, full Frau, whatever, good German name, and I was like, thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet to be like, thank you. Yeah. It's like, oh, Smith. So you're white.
It's like, I give you better room. Good German name.
That's fantastic. Assassin, what about you, man? Is your family just full on, just Texan, just barbecuing all the time?
Not particularly, no.
I mean, is there like a theme, like you're used to seeing this type of food all the time, depending on the
No.
orientation? Okay.
Nope, we're pretty spread out when it comes to trying new foods.
Okay, so you're not like eating like DeMarco, like it's like Italian food every day or whatever. It's just whatever.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay. I'm always curious to hear. Somebody needs to go outside. I don't know if it's
We eat a lot of Southern food, though, where I'm from.
okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Mostly
same here.
Southern.
Yeah.
There's
Ooh,
gravy
plain
on
white
a
mug.
lot of stuff.
Yep. This episode is sponsored by Plain White Mug. Only plain white mug you can get anywhere. It's terrific. It's fantastic. It's terrific. Look at that. No logo on the bottom. Everything. It's all about you. Plain whites. So shout out to all the plain whites in chat and anyone
That's
else.
some beautiful camera autofocus too. I got
It is. I love
know
that.
this is like it's like a big object, but the camera's doing a pretty good job.
There we go.
I'm not showing the inside because it has my tea stains in it, but
Your tea stains.
That's what she said.
Listen, I was just gonna say. I was like, don't say it. Fuck. Thank you for saying it. Real quick, I just want to say thank you. Shout out to everyone for the super chats. Let's see. Lotus Esprit with a $5 super chat. 4 more to go. Farky with the 2. 3 more to go. Biff Rinaldi, $2 says words and stuff. Thank you. Web Dave, $2 super chat says great podcast, great panel chemistry. Hit the like. Thank you so much. Lotus Esprit, another $5 says a few more hours until Atomfall. Yes. Everyone's super excited about that. Thank you guys so much for the support tonight. It's been amazing. And shout out again to FarQ for becoming a channel member. And again to Game Seeker for the Canadian 5 there at the beginning. Thank you guys so much. It's been amazing. Been a great podcast where the gang's back together. I can breathe and be happy now. Sorry, wait, Happy Bomb said something I was gonna read, or maybe she was talking to somebody else. Didn't you meet? Oh, sorry, no, never mind. She was talking to. Oh, fuck it. Fark you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Here's another 5 for my monies. Thank you so much. Yes, Fark you. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate that. Euros. You can eat that kind of money. Because British money is edible or something. I don't know. But yeah, thank you so much, FarQ, and everyone else in chat. It's been fantastic. Assassin, where can people find you? I have updated everyone's thing in the description below, by the way. I've even put what the hell the links are, and that will be consistent from now on. I'll update that. That way it's consistent every time, including Holly's new YouTube channel. It's there. So if any of the links are broken, please let me know in the comments and I'll fix them. But everything should be good to go. But Assassin, what the hell is going on with you?
Well, like I said earlier in the show, I'm almost done with my first scripts. I'm talking about a bunch of Eastern games, so games from Japan, Korea, China. The types of games that's, as much as I love these goobers on this panel, they're not entirely interested in talking about them, so I decided enough is enough.
it's not my fault you play bad games. I'm just kidding.
It's not my fault that It's not my fault that one of your favorite developers released one of the most polarizing RPGs of all time.
All right, we don't need to make it personal here.
We don't
Come
need
on.
to go full on.
We don't need to make. Yeah, we don't need.
I've been good the whole show, and DeMarco goes like.
Oh, by the way, everyone hit the like button.
I'm like smiling. The difference is I'm smiling and laughing when I say these things, and you're like, yeah, well, too bad you suck.
Yeah, too bad you're
You're dumb.
I don't say that to
But
you,
you're dumb and
DeMarco.
stupid.
Actually, yeah, you
And
did call
ugly.
Holly dumb.
I'm just messing around.
3 times.
Please continue. I'm sorry.
3
Okay.
times.
Wait, 3 times?
Well, I mean,
know, but
DeMarco did
3.
kick off the whole thing, and let me tell you why that
Get
is
hungry
stupid.
and cranky very quick.
It's true. It's very true. You get
Yeah.
so grumpy. It's fantastic. Real quick,
Well,
before you
you
continue,
can,
Assassin. Wait, hang on. Shut up real quick. Everyone hit the like button before you leave because that would be great. It would help out. There's 26. There's 34 people here. There's 26 likes. Let's get everything shored up. Thank you so much. Continue, Assassin. Please, thank you.
Maverick, I'm not entirely sure that the others would agree with that.
BT. I agree with BT.
Wait, you agree with that?
Wait, what do you say? Assassin should just become a VTuber. That'd be great. Can you
Or a
imagine?
lolly. A
I
lolly.
mean, oh, come on now.
God.
Holly didn't have to wound me like that. I've been good to
He
you the
just do
whole
like videos
show.
where it's like just like their mouths are like, so today everyone, or whatever. Like, I don't know. Well, you're not technically showing your face, just your mouth and your whatever else.
I know.
Hey now.
Hey. Jamarcus like, I'm done. Sorry, go ahead, Assassin. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm almost done with my scripts. I'm going to record the audio, then I'm going to send it to my editor. and then hopefully we'll get that out by the end of the week. So if you're looking, sorry, just had my throat was just real scratchy for a second. So if any of that interests you, go ahead and look in the description. You can find my YouTube channel in there. So yeah, that's what I got planned. I'm gonna try and get some more Assassin's Creed Shadows out of the way, because that game is really good. 5 hours in one day. I want to keep going.
Fantastic, yeah. And people can find you in the link in the description below. Holly, where else are you going to be?
I am going to start streaming Doom Eternal this week. I think on Thursday. I don't want to overlap DeMarco, so maybe
You can
either
overlap.
before he starts or after he starts. The scheduling is actually
Overlap it.
getting hard because I was thinking about when I was going to stream, and I was like, well, Monday nights Cold is doing his show, so I don't really want to overlap his. And then we're here
who cares about
Tuesday. And then Wednesday is my IRL gaming night. And then Thursday is DeMarco's podcast. Friday is the Infinite podcast. I need more time and less job or something.
Right.
So I am gonna get a steady schedule as much as possible. For sure, Saturday and Sundays I'll try to pop on. And then maybe during the week for a while. But Thursday. I'll stream Thursday. I don't know what time yet, but I'll stay clear of DeMarco.
Good overlap.
Fantastic. No,
Do it.
DeMarco, we love your show. We love watching
Yes,
your show
I want to
live.
watch your
That's
show.
what I'm saying. I agree.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
the overlap is a real thing because your show is fantastic, and I love it. I love you getting guests on lately. It's been so good. By the way, I'm not kidding. Whenever I said I re-listened to your show 3 times, I literally did, because with ADD, it's so great because I'll miss like a 3-minute gap. So like re-listening is just like watching. It's a whole thing. Listen, your show is great. Are you going to have on a guest this week? Where can people find you? What do you have going on?
I don't know about guests, but I will be doing like I said, any week that I am sure to dedicate towards the podcast is a good week for me. So if you want more extra slice of DeMarco, you can find me at DeMarco Dude on YouTube Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going live with my own show, and I make sure to talk about different things than we talk about here on this show. So you get an extra dose of DeMarco as well as some new discussions. So if you're interested,
I'm gonna be real with
I'd
you,
love to see
Chad.
some
It's
of you
just
there.
nothing but Bethesda news, which is fine, because at least Bethesda has some news
not.
coming out.
I just want to
It's
do a
not true.
full-on
No,
Elder
I-
Scrolls podcast with you sometime. So next time that there's the Elder Scrolls talk, please have me. Just have me.
Now just watch, because we mentioned Elder Scrolls, Oblivion Remake is gonna be
Just like that
is
ogre.
gonna get an update.
just like the
Damn,
man. I want
got
to.
some Baldur's Gate 3 sass in here.
Man, yeah, I love it. God, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that game. I'm like, I want to do it co-op, but I want to. I don't know. It's such a. I just
Hey,
don't want to like
Red,
miss out
I
on
have
the
an
first.
idea.
Yeah.
How about you focus on Persona 3 Reload like you told me you were going
Oh
to?
my God, I am. I'm playing The
dick.
Witcher, Stalker 2, and now Assassin's Creed has come out, and which that honestly, I'm just gonna play that.
Need to
game
play
right now.
Atomfall.
And I know, and there's
Jump
Atomfall,
that.
but like, I want to get it physical,
And
so
we gotta
I
finish Space
gotta
Marine
wait,
2.
and then we gotta finish Space Marine 2. There's a lot going on, but
Oh, and Monster Hunter Wilds, Red, don't forget
and
that.
exactly, dude. Fuck me. Yeah. There's a lot.
Too much. There's too much for you specifically.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot. Shout out to Cold Start, who I've never seen in, or maybe I have seen in chat before. But thank you so much for being here. If you missed the show live, consider watching the replay and save it. I'll have timestamps up whenever this show goes away. You can follow me on Twitter. That link is in the description below. It is Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter. The only Red Wolf Renegade on Twitter. Still, dealer. He doesn't listen to the show. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's been such a fantastic show. Just an absolute such a great outlet to the end of the week. I don't know, whatever. It's been great, and shout out to everyone for super chatting in. Happy Bomb, Gray Monad, Biff Rinaldi, It's Timmy, BT Maverick, FarQ, Web Dave, Lotus Esprit, Red Dead, Panda, so many other, Jonas, of course. There's so many people, and you guys, you make the week a week. Without you, there are no weeks. It's just a week with an A. Without you, it's a week with an A. We're just weak without you. So thank you guys so much.
Red, when are you going to finish Silent Hill 2?
Yep. What?
BT Maverick. He's asking when you're going to finish Silent Hill 2.
Fuck. Silent Hill 2 Remake. Fuck. Yeah, I am going to stream that.
I gotta finish that too.
Yeah, I am gonna, and I'm not gonna
Jones.
play it not stream. Like, I'm going to play that game on stream.
I need to get back into Hades.
Yeah, I will stream that probably this week, actually. But like Holly said, I don't want to like overlap with someone else in the community because I love I love everyone. Well, because I love everyone else's content. Like I want to engage with everyone else's stuff because I love.
Bro, just look.
yeah.
There's a good time to stream. It's Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Just stream that time, okay?
But that's when DeMarco's show.
Oh,
Friday. Maybe Friday.
Friday.
I may do Friday. Speaking of Friday, Infinite Umbra just showed bunny ears. I don't know why I said speaking of Friday, but there he is. Thank you, Umbra, for
Because
showing
of
up.
our infinite podcast on Fridays, maybe.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Yes, that's exactly what I meant to say. Yeah,
Wait,
you can check
Holly,
out
Holly's
Infinite
wearing
Umbra.
bunny ears?
Yeah, you didn't notice because she.
It's so natural.
It's just so
Just
natural.
blends
Thank
in.
you.
It's just me.
Yep, it's just her. Yep, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. Okay. BT Maverick. I'm just adding onto his backlog of games. No, it's already on my log. Or on my,
No, Maverick, keep adding.
sorry,
Keep adding to
wording.
his backlog if you can
Wording.
afford it.
There it is.
Sorry.
There it is.
Oh yeah, Red, we need to start solo leveling
And
too,
cut.
otherwise I'll never win.
All right. Well, that's solo leveling. As you can see, by the way, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I finally got the studio looking like a studio. Whole new background. Really, really proud of it. It's been a lot of work. So I'm finally getting there with that. But yeah, so we can do that soon. So anyway,
It looks like you're running out of Dave and Buster.
Man, shut up. Listen, I had this strip reminded me. I was gonna do like the checkered thing, and I was like, this kind of reminds me of like the Mass Effect N7 strip, like red and black strip. It's kind of like what it looks like, right? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Anyway, that'll do it. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all for being here, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, everyone. You can never do this
Existence is
one-handed.
paying, guys.
Yeah, it is.